Good day and welcome to this meditation experience. Lovely that you can join. And we are going to explore this idea of unplugging. So we're really plugged into so many things during the day, and that's where our energy goes, and we're very pulled by those things. And just this instinct, I think, inside each of us is eventually we just want to unplug and bring the energy back into the self rather than feel it's sort of distributed or fragmented all over the place. So this sort of journey of unplugging for the sake of managing one's own energy. So sitting comfortably, and as always, there is the invitation to experiment with the eyes open in a natural way. And just to really bring our attention into this moment, we're going to take a breath or two with the body. So taking that breath in, and then that very slow release of air from the lungs. Might feel the shoulders dropping, the jaw relaxing, starting to let go of tension that's held in the body. And maybe another breath in. And again, that slower exhale release of the air. That's helping to slow everything down. A very simple act of letting go. And also a very natural way to focus my mind. So it's a little easier to shift the focus of my mind from the breath of the body to the activity of my inner world. That, of course, is the powerful space within where life really happens. Things can be happening around me, outside me, but how I experience everything outside in the outer world depends completely, 100%, on the state of my inner world. And if my inner world feels drained and low in energy, it's very easy to feel overwhelmed by even the simplest situations in the outer world. So I'm taking a moment to recharge. And that journey begins not by plugging in, but by unplugging. Imagining that from my inner world, there's so many electrical strings that I've plugged into various aspects of the outer world. These invisible cords that I've plugged into with the promise of some attainment. What are some of those various outlets? It can be different relationships, reflecting on all the different people that I try to plug into, taking support, trying to take a sense of empowerment. And inevitably, there creeps in expectation. So my energy begins to drain out rather than fill up through the leakage of those expectations, wanting people to act a certain way for me. Or I might plug into possessions, different facilities, my iPhone, my computer, different appliances, the car, the physical environment I'm in. Again, wanting to receive something, be energized through these facilities, expecting better quality of life through these facilities. But somehow I begin to find myself worrying over what I call mine. If they don't work the way I want them to, or align with my preferences, I start again to feel my energy draining out rather than coming in. Or I might try plugging into different positions, roles I play, taking on titles or that sense of place in whatever context I find myself, even if it's the line at the traffic lights. Can I be first? And underneath it all, seeking some sort of value or recognition. And when that is not forthcoming, or when it is threatened, again, my energy starts to drain. I start to feel insecure, frustrated, irritated, or even insulted. All that drains my energy. And finally, of course, plugging into this physical image, the body, this very temporary identity. And when the body does not cooperate, when it's just tired or even ill, I start to feel down. The energy starts to really drain, demanding so much from this body. All these different plugs I've created with these various aspects of the physical or outer world. And eventually, rather than giving energy, they start to drain energy. So I'm going to experiment with a different power source. One that's not physical, not in the outer world, but if you will, in another world beyond. And that's going to require that I unplug from all the usual sources. That deep feeling of interest in another source helps me to unplug, starting to move my focus from out there to first inside, inwards. And then I this being of energy going upwards beyond everything physical, like an actor stepping off stage, arriving in a very simple, light, and peaceful space that already begins to feel like a recharge, just to let go, unplug, is restorative. I give myself a moment to settle into this quiet, calm, simple, timeless space where all I really experience is pure me. I, this being of unique living energy, I, the soul, like a drop in an ocean of peace. Very beautiful energy embracing me, peace. Can feel how it feeds the mind. The mind begins to feel more energized as it absorbs that peace. But within the peace, I experience a presence, as if that whole ocean of peace is radiating, originating from a single tiny spark of living energy, the source of all that peace. Just a single tiny spark, a living being, another soul, the one we call the Supreme Soul, always full of energy, that beautiful, peaceful energy, constantly radiating from that being, the one who is always unplugged and so always full. I plug into that beautiful, peaceful being's presence, a connection in silence, just focusing on that beautiful spark of living peace, and feeling how it fills me with a deep sense of peaceful energy. Nothing else exists. Complete focus on just that one. Plugging in to a single point. Releasing all the thousands of other outlets I have tried for just a single point. And not draining at all. Just filling and filling and filling with a deep sense of peace. An energy that recharges the soul, the self. Knowing that one never empties, no matter how much peace I take. That beautiful being never empty, a constant source of soul energy, available anytime. I just unplug and plug in anytime. Om Shanti.